Look at the original state of the body, the way we initially programmed it to be prior to accepting the change to a more challenging experience.
So basically, we've gone through a lot of changes, and the body is not limited to what we're experiencing. Because just to take the point of even sleeping, eating, and some of the functionalities that we've taken into our life, we originally weren't designed, and we didn't design ourselves as the creator, because we created our own experience here and our own playground. But when we did create ourselves, we didn't have the need to eat, and we didn't need to have the need to sleep. And it was really a cycle that we decided to play with. But at some point, some 10,000 or so years ago, we decided to change and alter some of our programs. So we started to instill this thing of the need to eat. Because originally, before, we never designed ourselves that we needed to consume food to survive or to actually be healthy. All the food was designed for, and because we at that time weren't really engaged with all the different layers that we are creating now, we were just basically fruitarians, meaning that we would consume only fruit, but it was not a necessity for survival or a necessity to feel healthy or anything of that nature. It was more of an opportunity as an experiential realm more than anything else. It wasn't that, if I did eat today, that something would happen, my body would complain and so forth. No, it's do I want to have a sensorial experience of enjoying a fruit and allow it to go through the system, and you would feel the energy of that fruit, how it would create itself through the physicality. And the option of sleeping, the sleeping was not required in that point in time because it decided what we wanted to do. Now, because we were going through cycles and the planet was going through cycles, then we would choose. But, we could sleep 1 hour, we could sleep 10 hours, we could sleep no hours. We wouldn't feel the effects we have now. So we've adapted, we created the program alteration to bring in all of a sudden the need to sleep, the need to eat, to create a different level of experience, a more of a survival mode. Now, we've allowed that as our challenge.
The more we look at it, the more we realize that we simply create conditions for the body based on what we choose to experience. Nothing that we accept today as fact about the body has to be the way it is. It is projected as it needs to be and is able to mold to our consciousness as we change it. We may have analytical data that shows the body must be a certain way, but the science that shows this is simply based on the consciousness creating the current state of the body. In other words, the science is limited to one point in time. As things shift, instead of rewriting science, we have simply held on to the archaic understandings. Let's take, for example, someone who practices sun gazing. Sun gazing is the process of using the energy from the sun to feed the body. This form of body nourishment is currently practiced by many people on the planet. The way it works is simple. When you look at what everything we eat fundamentally is, it is all nutrient energy from the sun. We consume the food and get the energy. By sun gazing, you are simply going directly to the source of the energy and taking it into the body. If practiced enough, one is able to stop eating food completely and simply feed in this manner. To the mind, this may sound far-fetched, but this in fact can be achieved. All that is happening is the consciousness driving the body is choosing to step out of the programmed belief that we must be nourished by food. The body then adapts to the new consciousness and becomes fully capable of feeding directly from the source.
What sun gazing shows us is that even within the programmed requirement of an external source of energy, the body is quite capable of altering the way that it feeds. The body does this by adapting the way it operates based on the consciousness that's driving it.
So with sun gazing, the best time of the day to start is the first 45 minutes of the sunrise and the last 45 minutes of the sunset. Now, this is the best time to do it because at this time, there's actually no UV rays being emitted by the sun. To start, you want to start first time with 10 seconds. And each day as you progress, you want to do it every day. You'll add on another 10 seconds. So the first day will be 10 seconds, then 20 seconds the next day, and then 30, and then so on. Until you reach a point where you're sun gazing for about 44 minutes. Now, 44 minutes will be the cutoff point, because at this point, you're going to see radical changes within the body. You're going to feel a lot lighter. You're going to feel a lot more energy. You'll be eating less. And just your vibration, your energy will overall be a lot higher. And your immunity, your immune system will be top notch. You literally won't get sick at all. I know sun gazing sounds pretty crazy, but there is an Indian man who goes by the name of HRM. Now, he's a world-renowned sun gazer, and I believe since 1995, he hasn't consumed any food other than just boiled water. There's a group of 21 scientists that actually wanted to study him. They wanted to study his daily life. They set out a course of 411 days where they did actually study him daily. He just basically lived his regular life. And they studied his vital signs, how his organs were functioning. At the end of the 411 days, they concluded that all his vital signs were perfectly normal. His body function and mind-body health was absolutely perfectly normal. Now, you can just imagine coming from a scientific mind and what science has told us about how the body works and what it requires. It literally shattered everything they thought they knew about the body. This completely opens the door up for us to understand that the body can utilize other energy sources and that there's actually no limits. I mean, the potential is endless for how we can utilize energy within the physicality.